It's the Point Music News Minute with Kim Kelly.
This Music News Minute is brought to us by Dollar Loan Center, your community short-term lender. Dollar Loan Center is now offering signature and title loans. Visit don'tbebroke.com. Journey keyboardist Jonathan Cain is putting out a new book. He said after years of traveling around the country on one of the band's many long tours, he'd talk a lot with Journey bassist Ross Valerie, reminiscing about his life, how he grew up in an Italian neighborhood, going to Dick Clark shows and listening to Wolfman Jack. After Valerie mentioned for the millionth time that Cain should write a book, he decided he would try. He started the first chapter on his laptop in a tour bus, and unfortunately wrote the first chapter about 8 times, got frustrated, but then he teamed up with novelist Travis Thrasher, who got him going on the rest of the book in the right direction. The story actually begins with a pivotal moment in Cain's life in 1987, and that was the day Steve Perry decided he no longer wanted to be in Journey. Cain added, in less than a year, his band would be over, his marriage would disintegrate, and worst of all, his father passed away. The book also delves into Cain's childhood in Chicago, his early success as the keyboardist in the band The Babies, and then of course getting into Journey and co-writing or solely writing most of their huge hits from that moment on. The new book from Jonathan Cain, Don't Stop Believin', hits stores May 1st. On this day in 1932, American legendary DJ Casey Kasem is born. Kamal Amen Kasem in Detroit, Michigan. In 51, Paul Frehley is born in the Bronx, New York. We know him better as Ace Frehley from Kiss. In 76, after a trip to Moscow, David Bowie is detained on a train at the Poland-Russian border by customs officers who don't appreciate his collection of Nazi books and mementos. Bowie claims he's researching a film on famous Nazi Joseph Goebbels and is released after a few hours. In 87, U2 make the cover of Time magazine with the headline Rock's Hottest Ticket. And amazingly, 21 years later, they still are. In 2006, 62-year-old Keith Richards of the Stones falls out of a palm tree while vacationing in Fiji. He goes to the hospital with a concussion, but ultimately, Keith was okay and continued with his vacation. And now back to Jonathan Cain from Journey. On this day 3 years ago, he marries celebrity preacher Paula White and begins recording worship music. It's the third marriage for both. Get your music news anytime 24/7 on the Point's Facebook page or on our website at point97.com.
The Point Music News Minute on 97.1 The Point, #1 for classic rock.